Welcome to Take Me Out, the ultimate podcast about ballparks and the baseball experience. It's August 1st, 2025. I'm Alexandra Ellis, and I'm joining my friend Timothy Malcolm.
What's up, baseball fans? Welcome to Take Me Out. I'm Tim, and you're Alex. How are you, Alex?
I am Alex. I'm good. I'm a little tired. I went to a day game at Petco Park. Astros beat the Nationals handily 9-1. Got to see some people I hadn't seen in a while. Good group of people I went with, and had some really good hot dogs with some. I think it was like the Crawford Bach bacon jam on it, and it was like added some sweetness to it. It was delicious.
How many games have you been to this season already at Petco?
I actually kept it up. So home games I've been to 14. Grand total 15, including Wrigley Fields last week.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm a little behind where I normally am this time of the year, but times are tough. You need to work to make money.
Well, yeah, you are. Well, you're outpacing me quite a bit. I think I've only been to like 7 or 8 games this year, baseball games.
That's still a good number. I mean,
it's a good number, but it's not. It's not what it's. I guess it's kind of in line with what I usually do. I probably do around 10 to 12 games a year or something like that. So
okay, so you're kind of on pace.
I'm on pace.
Yeah.
Cool. It is August 1st, 2025. Thank you for hanging with us here on Take Me Out. As Alex said at the top, this is the ultimate podcast about ballparks and the baseball experience. Coming up in this episode, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to talk about some very weird fan behavior in ballparks over the past week or so. Very weird fan behavior. Very, very
some of the
weird
stuff I haven't heard of, so I'm excited for you to fill me in.
Okay,
well,
you'll be filled in.
Okay.
And also, we're going to talk a lot about a big baseball game coming up. It may have already happened when you're listening to this, because this podcast comes out on the 1st. This game is on the 2nd. The biggest attended baseball game ever in Major League history.
Ever, yes.
Yes. The MLB Speedway Classic, I believe it's called. Is that what it's called?
I think so. That sounds about right, yeah.
It's
a good name for it.
Pretty good name. And this kind of crept up. Like, I feel like the All-Star game happened, and, we've just been kind of puttering along or whatever, and boom, here's the Speedway Classic. The Braves and the Reds, we will talk about that game. That's happening at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Very, very big game coming up on August 2nd, or maybe it's already happened. Maybe you're listening to this on August 4th, and you're like, what are you doing? Why are you talking about it already happened? Well, here we go. This is why you have to listen to us early and stay with us, okay? Because we're
exactly be on the date, be up to date with us. It's fun. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll do that. We'll go through all the ballpark news in just a few moments, including more about the big strike at Fenway Park. We talked about that in our last episode, and some small but notable additions to some ballparks across the country. But first, Alex, because some of you who are listening may be new here, because some of you who are listening, are going to want to try to help us out a little bit, why don't you tell the fans who are listening to this podcast who we are and how to spread the word about the work that we're doing here on Take Me Out?
Tim, I'd be honored. Okay, so if you want to follow us along more with what we do here, we talk about the best parts of baseball, the best parts of the ballparks that have been, that are, and that will be. And it's so much fun, and we learn things new. You can learn something new every day, and I learn something new every day recording this podcast. It's a lot of fun. If you want to get in touch with us more, not even get in touch with us, if you want to just follow us, I'll tell you how to do it. I'm going to start with the one that I forgot last episode. Okay. Follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/takemeoutpod. You can see our happy faces waving at the cameras right now.
Sometimes happy.
Sometimes. Sometimes you might see Tim wearing a Schwarby shirt, and he's not wearing that today, unfortunately. But you missed it. Yeah. So youtube.com/takemeoutpod. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/takemeoutpod. And we're on Instagram at Instagram/@takemeoutpod. We're finally getting reels posted. I did not post any stories from my day game today, unfortunately, but we still post some stuff all the time. It's great. And then also, if you're listening to us,
too many hot dogs.
I had too many hot dogs. My hands were full, and it was worth it. Sorry, it was delicious. And yeah, also, last but not least, if you're not watching us on YouTube, you're probably listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. While you're on those apps, if you could do us the biggest favor ever, 5-star review. That's all it is. 5 stars. Not 6, not 4, 5.
Yes.
That'd be great.
You can't do 6.
I mean, if you click hard enough, I'm sure you could, but don't break your phone.
Okay.
Yes, I was also like a little Monty Python joke in there, the holy hand grenade.
So let me just say, I know people do this to me all the time because I think people think that I know Monty Python and I like Monty Python. I never really watched Monty Python, and I was never really no. Here's the
No.
thing. No, don't do the thing. Don't do the thing.
Okay, okay,
Because
okay.
the Monty Python brand of humor is a brand of humor that I enjoy. I like. Anytime I
Hmm.
watch Monty Python, I chuckle, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of George Harrison, and he was, of course, very very big with those guys, Eric Idle and the whole crew. I just
Hmm.
never really got into Monty Python, and because of that, it never really became part of my life, and so I haven't really watched much of it. So I need to say that disclaimer because I never tell people
Okay.
this, and I feel like once in a while, like someone will like who thinks they know me enough and my humor enough is like it's like that Monty Python gag, right? And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about,
Yeah, you're just like that. Move on. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, move on.
but I do
But you
respect it. I
never
completely
see.
respect it.
But you've seen the Holy Grail, though, right?
No, I've not seen Monty
Ah,
Python and the
that
Holy
one.
Grail.
That's okay. That's the one you need to see.
I've
Okay.
seen clips. I've seen clips. I've actually seen the
Okay.
Ruddles. I've seen the Ruddles, which is like their like fake Beatle movie. Basically
Okay.
they're like this is the fake band that's like the
Yeah.
Beatles. I've seen
Yeah.
of their like world, some of their
Yeah.
covers, but not the real classic like meat and potato. I
The
haven't seen
Holy hand
Life of
grenade.
Brian or like any. I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of those, so I
Okay.
apologize. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. But yes, 5 stars, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the fun things. We greatly appreciate your help.
And we are on Patreon now as
Yes,
well.
we are.
This is
We'll
this
have-
is this
yeah.
is the big news. So we are at
Huge.
patreon.com/take me out. That's it. There's no pod. Just take me out. And when you go there, you're going to get special posts if you sign up into one of our tiers. So we have 2 tiers currently on the Patreon. The most expensive tier is a $5 per month tier. It's the field level. If you're down low, if you're getting the more expensive seats, you're in field level. So that is the expensive tier, $5 per month. Then there's the Loge level, which is $3 per month. A little cheaper, a little more up there. So you have the field, you have the Loge. Either one of those tiers will get you special content from us to take me out. What I do is I do some special episodes where we do guides to different parks and cities. We're going to do special episodes like we've done in the early days of the podcast, which is just weeks ago. We did like the Wall of Fame, right? We'll do Wall of Fame episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rankings. We're going to do more fun stuff as we go forward here on the Patreon. But whether you're field or Lowe's, you will get the special episodes. There's other things that come with the field level, some other perks that come with it. So if you go to patreon.com/take me out, you will find the first special episode of Take Me Out for the Patreon. It is a full review by me of Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. And there so many times that I can do a pretty good review of it. And so we did that. And that'll be up there when you go. There's going to be another review. It'll be of Philadelphia. Not really a review of Philadelphia, but a guide of Philly itself as well. So that will give you more ammo. So if you're going out to Philly, that will be your guide for the city. As we go forward, we'll do more of that kind of stuff. But again, patreon.com/take me out. There's the field level, $5 per month. The Loge level is $3 per month. And we'll be updating every 2 weeks with new content. And then we'll be having other perks and things like that. Go check it out there at the Patreon.
We greatly appreciate it.
Okay. With that out of the way, I think it's time to jump into the news of the week around the parks.
Let's do it. And let's start with Fenway Park. Fenway Park concession workers went on strike, which led to...
Yeah, I mean, who saw this coming?
Wasn't me. I couldn't see this coming.
So last week on the podcast, we talked about how, and we actually introduced this subject weeks ago when it was first talked about, that Aramark workers at Fenway Park were trying to negotiate with Aramark about a new contract. I wanted, more pay. One of the big things that we were talking about with this whole deal was the workers wanted to ensure that they would have enough jobs in the future with the advent of automation and more electronic sort of kiosks and, all that kind of stuff. Cashiers obviously makes sense. You want people to communicate and not just go to a ball game and communicate with a machine and get your food and drink that way. So they were looking for more job security, looking for higher wages. They were looking for, I think, senior workers were looking for slightly higher wages than the junior workers, people who worked in like higher hospitality and worked with the high rollers at Fenway Park, all that kind of stuff. So that was all on the table, and the negotiations have been happening. They did not come to an agreement as of last weekend. And so Friday of last week, the Red Sox workers at Aramark, the concession workers, went on strike, and they did it for the full weekend. A series,
big series.
Big series. The Red Sox hosted the Dodgers, and that means a lot of away fans. I mean, people go to Fenway usually has big crowds no matter who is there, but the Dodgers, obviously, you get even more of that road crowd, and it's going to be higher price tickets. It's going to be just a little bit more magnified. And so Unite Here Local 26, which is the union, they started the strike on Friday. They went through Sunday, through the end of the series, and they discouraged fans from buying food and drink at the park. And Aramark did bring in some of their own workers, replacement workers, to do that weekend. And of course, what happened was that you had the striking workers outside with the pickets outside of, right there on like Jersey Street, right where the ticket booths are, not the ticket booths, but where people walk in through the metal detectors, picketing out there. You had the replacement workers who Aramark brought in. They were trying to get in and out of the park. When they were leaving the park, probably every night, I imagine, they were getting booed and heckled by the striking workers. On Saturday of that strike, the second night of the strike, workers were leaving Fenway. The replacement workers were leaving. There were reports that some of the striking workers threw racial slurs at some of the replacement workers. They were heckling them and just being outright callous. Reports of spitting. This is all alleged and was necessarily put on video. I haven't seen anything. There might be stuff out there, but I haven't seen it. And then Saturday night, the replacement workers allegedly was spit on. She went around the crowd and came up from behind and spit on two other workers. This, of course, is alleged again, but police saw this, arrested that replacement worker. So, so good. It's all chaotic.
It's God, yeah.
Here's the deal. Like I am all for unions and people to unionize and come together and say, we're not making enough money. We need better benefits. We need to be looked at, more respectfully from superiors, from the man, quote unquote, from whatever. I'm all in favor of that. And striking and protesting are tools that are necessary and are used well. Heckling and booing, I think, is okay, but again, these are all alleged things, but racial slurs are a no-no in my book, and spitting is a no-no in my book. And then on the other hand, when you have the replacement worker who is allegedly getting spit on and then goes and retaliates, that's also a no-no. So, once you
fight fire with fire.
Yeah, don't fight fire with fire, and also don't.
They're looking for that response too. That's what they want. They want that response.
That's what they want, but at the same time, you should not be going to that level. And
no one's excused.
Aramark issued a statement, and the union issued a statement saying we are looking into this. We're investigating, and the union, I'm sure is also like, we don't want our people hitting on others allegedly, or hurling racial slurs allegedly, or
it hurts their cause,
or targeted threats and things like that. We don't want that. So you don't want that kind of stuff, and that's the sad part of this. But at the end of the day, it's got to be the workers who get a little bit of what they want here. So the negotiations are still ongoing. There hasn't been any finality to this yet. I believe. Aren't the Red Sox hosting the Astros coming up here? Are the Astros?
Yeah, this weekend. Yes, this weekend. The team's traveling right now. So
So
God. Okay.
I'm not 1,000% sure, but I believe there are reports that they're going to strike again this weekend.
Okay.
So people watch out for that. But again, a team that attracts attention like the Astros on the road should be, two teams that are in a playoff hunt, I should say. It will be I'm sure there'll be an increased level of scrutiny on this whole thing. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, man, just keep it calm, keep it civil, keep fighting the good fight, but stop fighting.
And if you're going to Fenway Park, if you are an Astros fan going to Fenway Park, or you're a fan of any team going to Fenway Park this weekend or while the strike's happening, there are plenty of places around Fenway Park to get food and beverage. And go to Boston Beer Works, which I believe still exists and is still quite good.
Mm-hmm.
There is the Cask and Flagon, which has been around for decades and is right there on the corner near Lansdowne. It's a great bar. I mean, it's been around forever. I mean, it's a little packed before the games,
that one, yeah.
but it's a fun time. And then there's like a host of good bars and restaurants and things around. I mean, when you get out toward the Fenway Brookline area, more I think like southwest of the ballpark, southwest of the ballpark, Trillium. Brewery Trillium, one of the best breweries in New England, known for their New England IPAs, has a small space, a brewery space, a taproom space, really, outside of Fenway Park, a couple blocks down. It's a really cool place. I've been there. It's really fun. It's got covered patio area, really fun. But there's a lot of good places to eat and drink at Fenway area around the park. So, if you are with me and you're like, hey, I'm in solidarity with workers and, want to make sure they get paid what they should get paid and all of that, then go eat and drink before the game somewhere outside of the park and then go into the game and have a good time there. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. That's my set.
Perfect. All right, do that. Yes. All right, moving on. Nationals strike a deal for a new viewing experience.
So the rest of the news this week is really lame. I'm just telling you right now. We'll go through this really quick. So the Nationals have a multi-year deal in place with Sports Illustrated tickets. I didn't know it was a thing until now. Sports Illustrated tickets.
Same.
Are they trying to get in with Hub and all these other?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know what the deal is there, but they're creating the Sports Illustrated Tickets Club at Nationals Park, sections 201 to 205, left field mezzanine level. It will have covered seats. It will have a free hot dog and drink voucher system kind of deal.
All right.
An air-conditioned lounge. Apparently, there are some Sports Illustrated covers that'll be on display, that kind of thing. There's a quote here from David Lane, the chief executive of Sports Illustrated Tickets. He says, quote, "Our collaboration with the Washington Nationals showcases our vision of helping our team partners improve the fan experience in a way that only Sports Illustrated can." I don't know what this is.
Do you know what this sounds like? And I'm sure there's people hard at work behind this deal. This sounds AI. That just sounds like, okay. Sports Illustrated Ticket Club doesn't sound like a real thing.
Yeah.
I partially don't believe it, but there's a story. This is so strange.
And that's funny that you say that. And you don't know this, and maybe you don't. Maybe you do know this. Maybe you've read this story. But do you know the story about SportsIllustrated.com, SI.com, and how you've been accused? And I've had the whole story. I think it's been proven, but they were accused of having AI writers, and they were creating profiles for these writers of fake people. It's like.
That does not surprise me, and I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more. I mean, I know right now that big story that came out about Vogue using AI models in their magazines.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on AI and journalism.
You're a journalist, sir. Yeah,
I'll tell you. We AI. There are some things in journalism where AI, I think, can be a benefit. Mm-hmm. We're talking about those things, in journalism all the time, but. You don't write stories with AI, and you don't have, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had if you look up they had profile John Jablonski, he likes rowing, and also he is Capricorn. I don't know.
He has a dog.
Yeah, he has a dog. Yeah, whatever it is. No, this is it feels very It feels like Sports Illustrated is just trying to add value to what they have, and trying to do whatever they can to extend their brand and do things and create. I don't want to get really business speaky, but create what do you call it? What's an activation that people this is a memorable activation at Washington Nationals Park or whatever. It's like It's
I wish them best of luck, because anytime journalism thrives, it's good. It's sad I don't know how to say this. It's not like it's sad to see them try to stay relevant, but it's like doing the ticketing thing. Is that really going to help the journalism aspect of it? And I have nothing to do with journalism. I do wish them the best. everyone's got blogs nowadays. Everyone's got podcasts. But we should support small. You just support journalism as it is. I hope things are doing okay for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is more just a way for them to kind of extend the brand in other ways, and
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to do anything for the journalism that they're doing there. But nevertheless, I mean, it's a club. It's a club. It seems like a very middle class club. You get a hot dog and a soda. It's not like free bar and all that kind of stuff. So whatever.
Yeah. All right, Petco Park hospitality space gets a new look.
More news that is very, very lame. The Budweiser Loft at Petco, which is on the 5th level Western Metal Supply Company building, has been reimagined with new elements like concrete floors, fabricated steel, woodworking. My words, and I just took it from a piece of hospitalitydesign.com, which is a trade publication. It's a baseball wall of 525 branded baseballs, either in brown or gold, some of them, and they look like the Padres logo. It's just they redid a space. Western Metal Supply Company building. It is a photo or two of this. It looks kind of just like a brewery space. Exposed brick, concrete floors, ceilings. It looks like a brewery.
Uncomfortable bar stools.
Yeah. Everybody has to put their beer on a barrel or a keg. That kind
of my God!
No,
very unsteady barrel. Yeah,
but that's
I see it. I see the space in my mind, and it's a $25 burger that does not come with French fries. Yeah. No. Oh man!
And of course, it's the Budweiser Loft, so every beer that's there is on the Budweiser portfolio. It's in it's AB and Bev or whatever the heck it is now. It has all that.
Yeah.
So you can get like. You can get what's the is it Four Peaks? What the heck is I forget there's
of their craft brands or whatever?
They have all these different brands. I mean Goose Island. Is it Goose Island?
Obviously Goose Island.
Goose Island.
Oh yeah, Goose Island was like their first. I think Goose Island was like their first major craft acquisition.
Is Leinenkugel with AB and Bev now, or is Leinenkugel
that wouldn't surprise me.
Miller? I forget which one. Leinenkugel is by a macro.
Okay.
It might be Bud.
Okay.
There's a couple. I mean, there's more than a couple. They have a whole stash of breweries that they have bought up and they peddle.
What's the name of? And I'm sure we'll get into this whenever we cover Petco. What is the name of like the big time San Diego brewery? It's like a pizza one, right?
Oh, pizza. Oh, sorry,
derailing the conversation.
Pizza Port.
That's what it was. Yeah, I had a cup of that at a cup. I had a pint of that at when I went to San Diego many years ago in 2019, actually. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it at Petco. Petco's a nice park.
Port is very good. I mean, Petco has one of the better beer selections in baseball.
Oh yeah.
Need to go. I mean, the Western Metal Supply Company building is not necessarily for the average fan. It's for fans who are in groups or sweet life kind of stuff. It's, your business, entertaining, whatever. So the Budweiser Loft is kind of a way to just sort of like, this is the bar here. And, everybody, you got a beer that can satisfy everybody's taste or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of great beer all over Petco Park. So, whatever. But that's the news because that's it. I mean, there's not a lot going on. And
I think like everyone's kind of focused on the trade deadline, which is in, as of this recording, in 2 days on some Friday at 5 o'clock?
Thursday.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh my gosh.
We're recording it tomorrow. And so when this comes out, the trade deadline will have passed.
Yeah. Everyone, the Astros were like, could we get Carlos Correa back? Which I'm like, I would, and my heart wants it, but I'm like, he's still so expensive and he still gets hurt a lot. And it's like, but my heart would be happy to see him back.
The Phillies did pick up a big move today.
Okay.
Johan Duran.
Okay.
The Twins.
Yeah.
Like fireballing, like awesome closer. They traded for him, so he's going to be the closer in the Phillies bullpen, which, boy, do they need some help in the bullpen. My goodness.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Another White Sox, mostly because the bullpen was pretty terrible this week. So.
Oh man,
we're not gonna.
That was this last weekend, right?
Just this week.
Oh wait, no, this week. Okay, so White Sox played the Cubs this last week. I had friends who were in Chicago for that. So.
No, the Phillies took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox, and then took 2 of 3 from the Yankees. And then they go into Chicago and lose 2 of 3 to the White Sox. So who knows?
Okay. That's how baseball goes. Like teams you should absolutely beat the pants off and you get swept by. Yep. And then you beat the best team, and then like the Astros sweeping the Dodgers in LA, and then coming home and getting swept by the Cleveland Guardians, who were on a 10-game losing streak.
And the Athletics, getting swept by the Athletics.
And yeah. But hey, I don't know if you saw, there was a graph that went around. Like somebody posted on the Astros subreddit. It was like, here are the years that the Astros got swept by the A's, and it was like 2015, 2017, 2019, 2020. It's like, what years? What happens in those years? So we're right on track. It's great.
It's upsetting that you guys will make the World Series this year. It's really upsetting.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back in just a moment and talk about some fan behavior and the MLB Speedway Classic coming up here right now in a moment on Take Me Out. Back to Take Me Out. Tim here. Alex there.
Hello.
She's waving. Hello. All right, real quick, we want to go through some fan behavior things. We'll get to the MLB Speedway Classic in just a moment here, but I wanted to start with this because just get it out of the way. We did a episode weeks ago talking about how to behave at an MLB baseball game. It shouldn't be hard to behave like a fan correctly. There are several things that you should and should not do. What you should not do is, nuisance to other people, specifically women, men. I see you. Should not do is drink too much, or you should not, bring something dumb into the park, or you should not be the loud person. You should whatever. There are a lot of things that you shouldn't do.
Be a decent person. That's all you have to do. It
really does come down to being a decent human being. And some people at ballparks this past week were not decent human beings, and or were just downright freaky. So we're going to start with Steinbrenner Field. Happened about a week ago or so as we're recording this. Yankees are playing the Rays, and Yandy Diaz of the Rays was at the plate, took a walk, seems pretty easy, walked to first base, and as he was walking to first base, he kind of looked toward the first base line, was maybe removing gear in a certain way. I don't know. Who cares? It's a baseball player. Yankees fan, apparently. Was a Yankees fan as identified by Yahoo. Yankees fan started making derogatory remarks about Diaz's family toward him. They had to stop the game. The fan was removed from the game. Security took him out. Multiple people, including security, including the umpire, were like, no, Diaz himself were like, that's uncalled for. That should not happen. Why are we still doing this has been the year of the fan going way too far with the ball player.
Entitlement, and I'm going to probably make this, I don't know how correct this assumption is, but, it's just a Yankees fan at Steinbrenner Field. They probably think they own the field.
Thought you were going to go somewhere else. You're going to go with the Yankee fan thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's I don't know what the deal is with people.
Everybody has to know.
So much.
Alex is an Astros fan.
I don't know if you could tell by the towel that's hiding my microwave behind me. But I don't know, dude. It's exhausting, and it's exhausting watching these people do this and just reading these stories. I don't know if these people want the infamy for it, or if they just don't think, or they're just, I don't want to, I know there's bad people out there, but it's
bad people, that's a spectrum kind of a thing. I think, I mean, honestly, I think people do bad things and say bad things. I think everybody can inherently be changed. That's just how I feel and believe in life. Now, there are people in this world that has been documented that maybe are well too far away from ever being changed and will always just do bad things and, just have so much evil in them that it's impossible to turn them around. We know of them. We've heard of them. They're in our history books. I think most people, should be able to sort of do the right thing. Yeah. But, is there alcohol involved in the situation? Is there, I think there probably is. And I will agree with you on this. There might be something to a fan who's a Yankees fan at Steinbrenner Field. It's the Yankees minor league park, typically. Their spring training park, typically. Maybe they're like, well, they live around there. They're from the Tampa St. Pete area, possibly. And they're just like, no, this is comfortable for me. These guys are the interlopers, the Rays, whatever. Whatever. Possibly. I don't know. But you think of the fans who, come to other people's parks, and, we've had multiple instances this year of players who, Jared Duran of the Red Sox, really terrible things yelled to him by a fan, right? We've had fans, again, do the stupid Jeffrey Mayer thing. Like, I'm going to put my arm out there and I'm going to just basically grab a ball from someone's glove. And that happened last year, of course, in the playoffs, as we all remember.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
I understand that fans get empowered and feel like really intense about the game at certain points and feel like, this is the most important thing. If they lose this game, I'm going to, like, I don't know what, I'm going to be the worst thing ever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, I have been very angry. I've been very upset. I've been very sad in baseball situations. I have. I'm from Philadelphia. I just get, like, it happens. Like, we get angry about losses. It happens.
But you haven't yelled any slurs at any players. You haven't cussed anybody out.
Never yelled a slur at a player. Now, I will say, like, at one point on my old Twitter handle back in the day, I did say something like not very nice about a player on Twitter. Not like It wasn't a slur. It wasn't like, it wasn't anything to what any of these circumstances were. It was like, this guy sucks, that kind of a thing. It's probably too far as it is. Like,
at least you're not saying his wife sucks or something like that.
But the funny thing is, what happened was, I think this player's wife actually responded on Twitter and was like, this is a man with a family, and I was like, oh, this is.
And that's when you feel bad. But the thing is, I love it. I mean, I hate that the whole thing happened, but the fact that you felt bad, that you knew you did something wrong when these other people don't. I think a lot of these people are also doing it because they like the attention. Like there was, I remember, like it was an NBA, was it a playoff game? It was about 4 or 5 years ago. And I think it was a Mavericks fan, this woman, I think it was a Draymond Green. She called him female dog, whatever, just trying to mess with him. And he turns around and she's got her hand out like, it's right. It's funny, right? And he's like, no, get the heck out of here. And he had her removed. Yeah. It's kind of like, you called me a name, but now you think it's like, oh yeah, it's not funny. I don't know you. You don't know me. And it's just, they just want that attention.
Well, there's a classic, speaking of basketball, a Sixers game from years ago. They were playing the Thunder, I think, and Russell Westbrook was on the Thunder at the time. And Westbrook did something and was like in eye shot of this fan, like in the first couple rows at the baseline, and the fan just like sticked up 2 middle fingers at him. Westbrook sees this guy and he's like,
what are you doing? Yeah.
And the photo, there's still a photo of this, of Westbrook.
I need to look that up. I gotta look this up. Oh my gosh.
It's almost like a meme at this point, but it's because this Sixers fan. Us Philly fans at the time were like, it's funny, because we're a bunch of losers and we hate people, and it's great, it's funny. Still, yes, these athletes make a lot of money and they are doing the things that we probably wish we were doing with our lives.
Oh, sorry, I've seen the picture. He's just pointing. He's like, y'all see this?
Yeah, y'all see this. Yeah, it was that. Yeah,
that guy right. Oh my God, that guy's face is red too. He's putting everything he has. He can't. He was
upset. He was really upset.
Jeez, it's hilarious.
I like these guys. I'm sure you feel like I were in their position, and I wish I were making their money. They don't, they shouldn't. Why do they care? They make a lot of money. No, they're people. They're just people who can also get their feelings hurt. Can also, when somebody talks crap about their family or their background or whatever, could also hurt them, and that could make someone upset. So, just be nice.
That's it.
We're still doing this.
I don't know. It's funny. That's very much the message at the end of if you've seen Superman yet, the new one, the fantastic James Gunn movie. That's very much the message that Superman gives at the end to Lex Luthor, and that's a great movie. It
says be nice.
Yes, it's spoiler alert. Lex is talking he's an alien, because he literally is an alien, but putting in today's terms, he says I'm a human being, dude. I put my pants on. I try my best every day. I'm still a human being.
Does Superman say I put my pants on?
I don't remember, but he's something very similar. He just says I try the best I can. I wake up every day and try the best I can. And that's pretty much what it is. That's what these players are trying to do. They might be going through slumps at sometimes. Yeah, they might be killing your team, but it's they're doing the best they can. If they're not going to go out there and swing and miss at every single pitch because they don't care. They're swinging because they're trying to hit something. So Just remember that those are actual human beings. And yes, they might make a lot more money than you, but that doesn't mean that they deserve all your name calling and bashing. Just be a good person. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything.
Listen to Superman.
Listen to Superman. Okay. Great movie. Great movie.
Okay, well, let's move on because this one, we won't have to talk about this for more than 2 minutes. The Phillies played the Yankees this past weekend at Yankee Stadium. A lot of Phillies fans in the crowd. And, it was a very, active, very loud kind of atmosphere. No, there were no fights I'm going to tell you about here. No, you may have seen this on social media. Maybe you haven't. But during the Sunday afternoon game between the Yankees and the Phillies, there was a video that started to make rounds on social media. The backs of a young man wearing a Phillies jersey, and a young woman who people were saying it was a Yankees shirt that she was wearing.
Yeah.
The woman is gyrating in such a way as to hint that the fellow next to her
part of the podcast, guys.
This is the not safe for work portion. Gyrating in such a way that the fellow next to her, the gentleman next to her, I should say, using her public at Yankee Stadium.
Look.
Okay. Well, the place seats 45,000 people. I don't care if you're in the upper deck or in the corner or whatever. Like,
look,
what are we doing?
I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, but there's a time and there's a place.
Yes.
And something else that's a big deal, now it's a huge deal, it should always be a huge deal, is getting consent. And not just from the two of you, but from the people around you. Because that could make...
That's true. That's very true.
Families around you. There's people who don't want to see that, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, if you get what I'm trying to say.
You want to have fun.
Everyone's got their thing. Exactly.
Yeah, be a freak,
but be respectful of the people around you. If you do want to do something in public, get some people who are fine watching that happen, who are okay being around it. Don't just go out there and just do that. That's
in the middle of a Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah. Is there a church nearby? I don't know.
We'll say it is a church.
You know what? Yeah. Oh gosh.
It is the cathedral, some would say.
It is the cathedral. Yeah.
Well,
boy, I did see that one.
And of course, like in the immediate aftermath, everybody's like, "Oh, Philly fans! This is Philly fans." Again, people were saying that the woman was potentially wearing a Yankees shirt of some sort. Look,
it was she was wearing like a navy blue hat or something, wasn't she?
No, I don't. I can't remember. I don't know if it was a hat or not.
It's like I didn't study the video that hard.
I can see it all. I can see it. I remember everything.
Yes, without my consent, I can still see it in my head. Yeah.
No, I mean, look, and it's not about who you're a fan of, and look, I wish this weren't a Phillies fan who was part of this because it just makes us look worse because most people will just do this. But, because I know, trust me, I know people like this gentleman. He's not a gentleman. I know people like this man. I could see, like, in this position doing the thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on, have some common sense. Again, was alcohol involved? Possibly. Maybe there were other things involved. I don't know.
But you could go to jail for that. Like that's public indecency, and and if you do that around kids, congratulations, you're a sexual offender now. You're on a list for the rest of your life. You can't give out Halloween candy.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I don't know all the statutes and all this, like what the line is and all that, but I mean, I imagine
you're gonna be on a list.
Yeah,
if you do that in front of kids.
I'm sure as long as there's a sexual interaction happening of some sort, then that probably constitutes as illegal. Anyways, come on, folks, come on, be better.
Mm-hmm.
Be better. All right, that out of the way. August 2nd.
Cool.
August 2nd. So whether you're listening to this after August 2nd or not, whatever the case may be, August 2nd is the MLB Speedway Classic between the Atlanta Braves and the Cincinnati Reds. It is 7 p.m., 7:15 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 2nd. Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Known as a NASCAR track, right? It's a big racetrack. Usually seats over 100,000 people. It's just a massive place. But now it is being transformed into a ballpark that is right now 85,000 tickets have been sold for this game. The record for
that's 2 ballparks. That is 2 ballparks.
That's 2 ballparks.
That's insane.
The record for the most attended Major League Baseball game of all time is a game in 1954 between the Cleveland then Indians and the New York Yankees at Cleveland Stadium. The attendance for that game was 84,587.
That's a huge stadium. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and you said 1950?
1954.
Wow.
Now, this was at a time when both teams were, I think, pretty darn good. This was in September, late season, whatever the case. But yes, this is going to be just a massive undertaking. They have the U.S. Navy is going to be there, some kind of U.S. Navy pregame thing. You're going to have first pitches with Chipper Jones of the Braves, Johnny Bench of the Reds.
Cool. That's cool.
The whole like pregame with live music. Pitbull is going to be there, from what I hear.
Okay.
You like Pitbull?
Cool. I
Dottie?
honestly don't shut up. I honestly don't know if I could recognize any of his songs. You could play me like 3 songs and say which one is Pitbull. I don't. I don't know. I don't listen to
Kulo? Do you know Kulo? That's like a classic.
Maybe. I don't even know if I know any Bad Bunny songs. I'm so out of touch with.
I know you want me. You know that song? Come on.
No, I don't. I mean, if I heard it, maybe, but I'm so out of touch with music nowadays, except for Lady Gaga, which I'm thrilled for. But next week.
Pitbull will be there. Tim McGraw will also perform as part of it.
That'll be. Yeah, I know
country.
him. I've heard of him. Yeah.
Heard of him.
Yes.
Actually, very big part to play in the history of Phillies World Series wins and that kind of thing. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. 85,000 people are going to attend this thing. Started back in 2022 was when they first started to kind of talk about having this game. There's a really good piece that you should read if you are interested in this at all. The Knoxville News Sentinel, Mike Wilson, wrote a really good piece about how this all came together. It's knoxnews.com. That's the website. And it really goes deep into the creation of the Speedway Classic and how they've been able to transform the Speedway into a ballpark and how they have to kind of rechange it out again because there's a big race happening in September. So they have to get it back, to where it was before. But this all kind of started in 2022. Rob Manfred was like trying to get all these games into new settings across the country. So, of course, they did the Rickwood Field game in Birmingham, Alabama, the oldest existing ballpark, essentially. Had the game – where else? They had the game in Fort Bragg, the game of Fort Bragg in North Carolina. I only remember because his teeth was trying to get in and catch baseballs there. But remember that?
Is that Campbell?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh my God.
They didn't let him get into the ballpark because he was trying to get in as like it was open to military and their families.
Yeah.
And he was trying to find his way into the ballpark so he could catch baseballs and be there.
God, I hate him so much more now that I got chills. I hate that.
That was kind of the beginning of the real.
Oh my God.
That was when the backlash really kind of started to happen.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to trespass where military and their family. First of all, that's stupid, and because you're surrounded by people in the military. Second of all, how disrespectful can you get, dude? Wow. You're not special. Oh God.
Anyways,
oh my God.
I'm sorry to mention that, but it came into my head.
Oh, I'm angry.
So yeah, they did the Rickwood Field game. They did the game of Fort Bragg, the Field of Dreams game that happened a couple years ago.
That was fun.
Was really awesome. The biggest moment in Tim Anderson's career, hitting that home run to win the game there, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
So they've had some of these successes at these different sites, transforming them into ballparks. A couple of years ago, they decided they would try their hand at doing it at the Speedway. So that's what we're doing here. A couple things that I found in this article that are really interesting. A 700-ton scoreboard that is at the Speedway that made it like one of the reasons why this game makes sense to do it there is because it's a 700-ton scoreboard that is able to sort of make up for you're sitting I imagine when you're sitting like out in like right field, because the way it's positioned, they put the field, according to this article, in between turn 1 and turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is how big this racetrack is. The
Yeah.
field is in between turn 1 and turn 2 of the Speedway. There's 4 turns. So, like, if you think
That's
about
insane.
it, like, the field takes up basically half of the Speedway infield. The other half of the infield is turning into a stage setup and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But if you imagine you're sitting, like, along the right field line, which could be, like, hundreds of feet away from home plate. Like, it could feel like a real long distance. You need to have a massive video board in order to see what's going on the field, just because you might not be able to see really well with your own eyes. And so, like this, they have a 700-ton video board there. What else? They had to put gravel all over the surface. Yeah. So because, again,
I'm looking at a rendering right now, but still, this is
because it's a racetrack. The actual road itself, the track itself, is a little bit different elevation than the infield, right? Because it's engineered. So what they had to do was gravel over everything so that everything became level. So 16,500 tons of gravel from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania was brought in so that they can level everything off. That's wrong. 17,500 tons of gravel were brought in to level everything off. 340 tons of clay from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania were brought in for the mound, infield, for the bullpens, for the on-deck circles. So they had to ship in all this material just to create a playing surface for this park. Because
that's insane.
Because
that's so much.
Near to be one thing, and you have to completely change it to be another thing. So it's really it's just a really insane undertaking that they have going on here.
It really is, and you're going to be sitting far from the field too. Like the cheapest seat, like that's you're 2.5 fields away. Like I'm looking like at this rendering that was posted last year, and it's the furthest seat from home plate. You are about 2 whole baseball fields, not just the diamond, but 2 fields, including the outfield, away from home plate.
Yeah,
that's insane. And oh gosh,
I mean, I imagine that, I would love to go to this game just to be in there for the experience.
Oh yeah.
Not even about the racetrack and sitting in the race, like the pre-game tailgating is probably going to be
legendary. It's for the books. Oh my God.
Just the amount of partying that's going to happen around this game. Just say that you were there in the stands of a racetrack and watch Major League Baseball game is really wild.
Yeah. And one that's like, it sounds like a game that would be like an exhibition kind of game, but the fact that this is actually in the season, this is a real baseball game that counts for wins and losses. That's still pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And they're going to have other concerts. Jake Owen's going to perform live along with Pitbull and Tim McGraw. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big fan zone. They have food trucks, a Ferris wheel. The network's going to be there broadcasting. Sports Center will be there as well. So it's going to be this big carnival type atmosphere.
3-ring circus kind of a thing.
It's like the rodeo almost, you just have this big like weekend party happening at Bristol, Tennessee. So it will be a lot of fun. And I would love to, if you're going to the game or somebody's going to the game, like we'd love to see pictures, video. It would be really cool to like see what that experience is like from Bristol. And the game, it'll be on like Fox. They're airing it on Fox live on Saturday. So that'll be a lot of fun on August 2nd. If it's August 4th and you're listening to this podcast, it would have already happened. But it's a really cool thing.
Boy, Tim and Alex were wrong about that. Everything turned out to be horrible. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out, then forget this. But
don't blame us. We're fine.
This speaks to what I would love to see more of in baseball. I thought the Field of Dreams game was really cool. The Rickwood game was cool. Fort Bragg was cool. This should be really interesting. I like the idea of Major League Baseball having games in different venues.
I'd like to see something, even though it is technically a baseball field, I'd like to see Major kind of reverse the cards or play Uno reverse with the Savannah Bananas and play a game at the Savannah Banana ballpark. That could be fun.
Like have a major league team play at the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun talk about it's like whoever like kind of like the relegation like they do in European football. Like the worst team has to play the Savannah Bananas, and if you lose, you have to go back to the minor or something.
Well, I mean,
that could be fun.
that would be funny. I the best team in baseball would probably mop the floor with the Savannah Bananas.
Probably.
Like in real
but they
baseball.
would have to play with the Savannah Bananas rules, though.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, that would be fun.
That doesn't make sense.
I would love that. I would love that. That'd be fun. I unfortunately missed the tickets this time because I know they're coming back to Houston.
Nah.
I think is it next year?
Nah, I don't remember. It might be next year. It might be
26.
Yeah.
That first game that I went to was so much fun. It was so loud, but it was a lot of fun.
But I've floated this before on social media, things like that. Can't do this with every team every year. To have a couple games each season that take place at a different kind of a venue, like some ideas, right? Recreate old ballparks that are no longer here. Like, can you imagine if they recreated the Polo Grounds?
Oh, man.
Like you could do it. You know, you could get like a plot of land.
Do the Subway series there. That'd be so cool.
Get a plot of land in like upstate New York or something.
Yeah.
Create the Polo Grounds. Make a Polo Grounds replica. You know, have the Yankees and Mets play there, or do like the Yankees and Giants and have them play there, or whatever. You know, like do that at the replica Polo Grounds. Make a replica of like let's say Shibe Park. The Phillies play there, and you know the Pirates, let's say, in a game there. Like do those kinds of things. You know that would be cool. Yes, have more games at things like a converted Speedway or a converted like Doubleday Field. Like make Doubleday Field into a major league venue for a day up in Cooperstown, and like during the Hall of Fame weekend, why not have a game at Doubleday Field, right?
Why not? Yeah.
Like do that. So this is a weird idea that I have. Like every team each season should play one series against a team that is somewhat in their region, and they play it at a minor league ballpark for 3 days. So like imagine the Cubs playing the Cardinals in Iowa at the Iowa Cubs ballpark, right?
Yeah.
That gets fans from that area access to see the Cubs without having to drive all the way to Chicago. Or,
that'd be great.
Like a meet them halfway. Like the Phillies can play the Nationals in Harrisburg. And so, like, you'll have fans, like, because Harrisburg, you know, it's the Harrisburg Senators, I think it is, the AAA team of the Nationals. So you have them play, you know, in the middle there. So, like, do stuff like that. You know, have the Astros play the Rangers in San Antonio. You know, like.
Oh yeah. San Antonio needs baseball. I love San Antonio.
You could totally do it. So, like, there's other ways to build the game up and to create interesting experiences and moments for fans without like completely reinventing the wheel or creating stadiums for thousands upon millions upon millions of dollars. You know, always just like put them in minor league parks for a weekend and like have like, you know, these rolling series. So like there's always, you know, there's great ideas to be had. And, you know, if Rob Manfred was, you know, paying more attention to that instead of whatever the hell else he's doing, you know.
I don't even know. We're still doing next year aren't they still doing the London and the Korea series? Is that still happening next season?
I believe they're still doing the international series.
And then Astros did Mexico City. God, I really wanted to go to that series. That would have been so much fun.
Are they doing they're doing the Williamsport, right? This year? The Williamsport series?
I don't know.
I feel like they're doing it again this year. They always have a game, the Little League Classic, happens at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, during the Little League World Series. Yes, it's happening this year.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And the news about Venezuela, they can't come because of immigration.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this a preview for the World Baseball Classic? Oh my God. We're not going to get political.
Let's not go there now.
Nope. No, we're good.
Time though, but the Mariners are playing the Mets this year in the Little League Classic at Williamsport.
That's right. Yeah. I remember. Was it last year? It was the Yankees, right? Last year
was the Yankees and Tigers. Yep.
Yeah. The players were there watching the game. It was so much fun. Love that.
Yeah. The Phillies, the Yankees, I believe the Phillies and the Mets have played the most times. Williamsport so far. Mets and Mariners. I mean, look, these Little League players will have the opportunity to watch Big Dumper. They'll get the opportunity to watch Juan Soto. Like this is good stuff. Like that's the game.
Did you see? I think it was it during the All-Star game or I would think it was just like a regular game where like they were talking about his nickname, the Dumper, and the camera is just slowly zooming in on his butt.
Yeah, well, you know.
And they're just like, and the commentators like, what are we doing? So this is incredible camera work. What are we doing here? It was great.
That's what we need in baseball. Just more Big Dumper.
Big Dumper, yeah. Or we could bring back Players Weekend where they have the nicknames in the back. That was fun.
Yeah, it was decent. I thought it was decent. I feel like they went too far with like the kitschy jerseys with the bold colors and stuff like that. Like
those were hideous.
They were trying too hard to like suck up to Gen Z kids who were really into neon and primary colors at that time.
And I remember that.
It was just like too much. But the nicknames were fun.
I would say just keep them with their regular jerseys, but still have their nicknames in the back, and then let them play with whatever. Because wasn't it them that they also did?
The bats were fun.
The bats, and can they also have their own like custom cleats for like the cause they supported?
Yes, that's right.
Or is that
That's right.
Yeah, just do that. That would be great. Have fun bats. Keep the uniforms the same, but with their nicknames in the back, and just have their custom cleats. I would love that. That's fun.
They do the bats for the Little League Classic, I think, still because Phillies were in it 2 years ago. All the players had custom bats, and like Burr did like a Philly Fanatic bat or something like that. He actually had like 4 or 5 bats, I believe.
Nice.
Player had like a number 2 pencil bat. That's all.
I remember that one. I wasn't going to bring that up. I remember that one. That was cool. Yeah.
Just bring more fun into baseball, and that's how you do it, right there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how maybe that's how you get rid of fans cussing out players. Maybe that's how you do it. Just let them have fun.
Actually, I'm kind of worried now with Bristol. How many fans might be trying to cuss out players at Bristol this coming week?
Well, they're going to be way too far from the fields for them to hear anything anyway. So.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to this game.
And it's just one game. Yeah.
Game's already happened. Wasn't that a really fun game in Bristol?
It was incredible. That incredible play by that guy. I can't remember his name. Do you remember that play? It was so incredible.
It was awesome. I'm sure.
It was awesome. Yeah. I forgot his name.
Ellie De La Cruz probably did something awesome in the game. How about
Probably. That? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah. Great game already, dude.
Great game. All right. We'll come back in just a moment here on Take Me Out, and we'll finish things up with our final segment. Stay with us.
You can find Take Me Out Podcast on Facebook or at facebook.com/TakeMeOutPod. We're also on Instagram at Take Me Out Pod, and we're on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, you already knew that. It's youtube.com/TakeMeOutPod. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And of course, we are on Patreon. As you hopefully know by now, we got 2 tiers. We got the Loge tier. That's the $3 one? Or is that the $5? Yes. Sorry, $3 one. Yes. And then we got the Field tier, which is $5. The Field tier, you're going to get a little bit more content, a little bit more exclusivity. But it's still going to be some good time. And then, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, 5 stars, not 4, not 6, 5. Can't do 6. Again, Monty Python. You should look it up. It's great.
Okay. All right. One of these days or years, I will get into Monty Python.
One of these days, yes.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate your listenership. We appreciate your support. Let your friends know. Let people about us, people who you think would be interested in this podcast about ballparks and going to the games and talking about ballparks and baseball. We're here. So tell your friends, tell those people about us here at Take Me Out. Go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/TakeMeOut. Come back here to Take Me Out, a final segment with Tim and Alex. So the trade deadline has happened in Major League. It happened in Major League Baseball. And in honor of the trade deadline, I thought it would be a fun exercise to each of us come up with a trade. We're going to trade a ballpark that is currently in use in Major League Baseball and trade it for a ballpark that is no longer in use in Major League Baseball. And you know what I'll do? I'll sweeten the pot a little bit. I'll open it up a little bit more.
Okay.
You can trade a current ballpark for any venue in sports or where. Any kind of venue that could potentially honor of Bristol Motor Speedway. You can trade a current Major League ballpark for any kind of place that could host a baseball game, Major League, going forward.
Okay.
It could be
Huh.
past. It could be past. It could be present, not future.
So with this new wrinkle in this kind of outdoes, I don't know if it's going to outdo mine because so I haven't had too much time. I'm trying to think what it would, because I'm really liking, I
Are
would
you
love to bring back an old stadium, but I don't know what
are
current stadium I would.
just resorting to the Astrodome?
No,
Okay, good.
I got you. I mean, I would love it, but I mean, especially in its current condition, I don't even know if it can be restored to its old glory. But and if it's obviously not there anymore, but I would love to bring back Ebbets Field.
Oh,
I
that's a good one.
mean,
That's a good one.
it's such a classic stadium, and I mean, I mean, if it was still standing, just have the Mets play there again, because that's or not again, but like that's what the City Field was based off of. Their design was based off of Ebbets Field, and that's such a historic ballpark. And Jackie Robinson, it's that would have been that'd be a cool ballpark to bring back, like a replica or something. I think. I just
Yeah.
don't know what current field I would trade for that, because the
Well, you
two
got-
worst fields in baseball are no longer in use.
well,
The
true,
Tropicana Field.
true. But I mean, yeah. So I would say take out the A's and the Rays for this
Right, but that's too
exercise.
easy.
Well, yeah. Come on.
Let me see. So I'm trying to think like of my personal list of all the ballparks I've been to. I appreciate so many of them. Man. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now? Maybe I can feed off of you a little bit.
All right. I'll do the ballpark.
Okay.
I'll just do ballpark for ballpark. We can also talk about venues in a second. But ballpark for ballpark, I would take out. Actually, take out the current Yankee Stadium,
Okay.
which I think is one of the more lower rated ballparks that is out there.
Yeah.
That is not to say it's terrible. It's to say that it's a lower rated ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
I would take that out, and I would bring back. Problem is, like, do I bring back a smaller ballpark? Do I bring back the Polo Grounds and give the Yankees the Polo Grounds, which would be really cool? Because like you could do like a big, grandiose ballpark like the Polo Grounds or like Shibe Park and put the Yankees in it and like see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a small ballpark from the way back when, like Baker Bowl, that was a home run heaven. You could put the Yankees there, or you could be a sicko and you can bring back like. Was the ballpark in Toronto that the Blue Jays first played in? What was the name of that? It's not. I can't remember the name of that ballpark. It's like Metropolitan.
That sounds right.
Metropolitan Stadium was where the Twins played. Something like that. Hey, I'm gonna take out Yankee Stadium. I'm gonna give the Yankees. This is gonna be a weird one. Milwaukee County Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Milwaukee County Stadium, where the Brewers used to play, because it was
interesting.
Because of the very
Toronto one you're thinking of is Exhibition Stadium. Sorry,
Exhibition Stadium. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
So Milwaukee County Stadium was just a little like more intimate, and it could get really brutal cold. Open air bleachers were very. Like bare bones, guys shirtless, drinking beers. The original Bernie Brewer slide, which was cool as heck back then with the beer keg. Like I would do County Stadium. It's not the number one, like most like wanted pick, but I'm going to bring it back because why the hell not?
Why the hell not? Okay. Still thinking of my ballparks that I've still been to that I would trade. Because Yankee Stadium is kind of lower on my list as well. I think I'm going to stay in the area. I'm gonna stick with what I was kind of initially saying. I would love to see the Mets play at Ebbets Field again.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
City
not
Field's
again,
a good ballpark. City Field's a good ballpark,
Yeah.
but it'd be cool to see Ebbets Field resurrected in New York for sure.
Yeah, and it's just that there's apartment buildings right now.
Yeah. So as far as basing a ballpark with just any old kind of place that could become a venue, I would take out Angel Stadium, and I would have the Angels play in Space Mountain.
My God, Oh, you're a genius. Yes. And can they have like glow in the dark uniforms too?
No,
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Let's go.
Do it all.
That's fantastic. I love that. Oh
Space
man.
Mountain. Yeah.
That reminds me. Have you heard of that rumor that there's I think there actually is a basketball court inside? There's what's that slide? The giant water slide.
Oh, Splash Mountain?
What is Splash Mountain? Yeah, there's like a basketball court in there.
Oh,
I mean, it's on. Yeah, but that's what that reminds me of. Man, Space Mountain, that's rad.
Yes.
Glow in the dark uniforms, glow in the dark baseballs.
Yep.
Let's do that. Let's do that
Easy.
series.
Yeah.
The Space Mountain
I'm ready
series.
for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. How cool.
Or I would move the Diamondbacks out of Chase Field and put them in the Grand Canyon. And just
there you go.
And just see players like run forever to try to get a ball.
Yeah. And then what's the main trail that's there in Phoenix that a lot of people like to hike? What is that one called?
Camelback Mountain?
Yeah, Camelback. Yeah. Just clear out a spot on top of Camelback Mountain and have people just constantly run out of breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those balls would go far.
I've died on that mountain.
Okay, so let's not do that.
I'm just saying.
Space Mountain series it is. Let's do it.
Space Mountain. Yeah, Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Do that like in real life in baseball. Like have the Angels and the Dodgers play a series inside Space Mountain.
Is Space Mountain in Disneyland or is it in Disney World?
It's in both.
In Florida. Is it both? Okay. Because we grew up going to Disney World and yes, I loved Space Mountain. Man, that was before I realized how expensive everything is. Also, I wish I was still that young and ignorant.
Also wanted Tokyo Disneyland. So if they want to do the Tokyo
yeah. Oh, that's where you had the Tokyo series. Yeah. Yes. It'd be great.
Okay. Well, with that ends another episode of Take Me Out. Next week we will come back and we're probably going to talk about, you have a trip coming to Seattle. We'll probably talk about
I'm going to Seattle. I'll be this time next week. I'll have gone to T-Mobile Park for the second time, and I'm excited.
So we'll see if we talk before or after the game. We'll figure that out. But until then, this has been a lot of fun. Please continue to listen and continue to stay with us and tell your friends about us. We really appreciate the support. I'm Tim.
I'm Alec. Be a decent person. It doesn't cost you a dime. And it's baseball season.
We put on our pants like everybody else. See you next week.